And he asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm outstanding in my field. Yeah, he says, yeah, I know. You're outstanding in your field. Okay. But, all right, we're back. Let's see, where were we?
So I was like, I asked you, what made you decide to get
well,
windmills?
we built one at the store, and it was it's done very well. So we were looking at something to do here because we reached a point in time where the companies that we deal with, like Giant and Costco's and all of them, they want to know what we're doing on this end is to be green, you know, the so-called green factor. So because I've had such good success with it over there, we thought we'd put two bigger ones up here. And they're hooked right into the, just looking at the line there, you can see where it's buried. The electric line goes the whole way down, it's hooked right into the grid at the buildings, and it's utilized all day long down there when they're running. This is one of the few days that they're not running. They've been basically in operation here since the first of the year. And I just looked, they produced them.
Do you mind if we shift this way so we can get them like what?
Yeah, they have produced about 70,000 kilowatt hours so far this year, which would probably, the average home uses 1,800 to 2,000 kilowatt hours. So they've done pretty good over the...
Do they make a lot of noise when they don't make a lot?
You can stand here and you hear the whoosh, there's a swoosh every now and then, but no noise.
Are there any drawbacks on them that you...
I haven't found any. You know, there's some people that say that they're harmful to birds and everything. I've yet to see a dead bird. I think if he's dumb enough to fly in it, he deserves to die. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean...
I shouldn't say that, but you know, yeah, I don't see any drawbacks. And you know, if it falls down, it's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
You know, did it crash, but that's it.
When it's in the middle of the field, it won't hurt anybody.
It won't cause any pollution because there's nothing there to pollute anything, you know, so they're environmental friendly, you know. It's,
about how long does it take you to pay back itself?
We're hoping that they'll pay back themselves in approximately 7 to 8 years.
7 or 8 years?
Yeah.
And is the company itself running all on it, or also have, like, are they also running any other energy?
Is this the only energy they use, or is there another source of energy you are using?
We're on the Adams Electric Co-op line here, and we are the largest user of electricity in York County on the Co-op line. We use a lot of electric here.
Now, did this take a lot off of that, or some off of it?
It takes about 10%.
10%?
About 10%. Yeah.
How does the winter affect?
They worked great over the winter. Actually, the winter was more wind than it is in the summer.
Yeah.
Because you
so
don't have high pressures move in like we do in the summertime. You'll get that Bermudian high where everything's dead, you know. And but this is one of the first days they haven't run. Yeah.
So the winter that, like, not this winter because this winter wasn't that cold. The winter before that one, the storm and everything, it didn't affect.
They will shut down if the wind gets over like 60 mile an hour. They will actually, see, they're computerized, so they sense which way the wind's coming. They actually turn themselves out of the wind and put the brakes on and shut down so that they don't over-rotate and cause damage.
Do they rotate on daily basis, or like you know how you said that solar panels rotate so they can actually sensor the sound?
Oh, you know, the very top there, you see that little anemometer up on top there spinning?
Yeah.
That's sensing the wind and the direction of the wind, so that will automatically, when they get it hit about 8 mile an hour, it will start, and it will actually turn itself so it catches the maximum wind.
What's turning right now, you can tell.
Yeah, the little anemometer is, but I mean the whole windmill, the whole tower will turn.
When it hits 8 miles per hour.
Yeah, and it'll sense, and then it'll start to spin. Until it gets 8 mile an hour up there, they'll set still.
So that thing triggers it basically, and it makes it start up when it hits 8 miles per hour.
Yep, that's how it works.
Now, would you recommend this type of energy to other companies?
Yes, if you have the right spot. And if you turn around and look, you know, there isn't much obstruction out that way. You know, the ridge you see in the distance there is the Pigeon Hills, which runs in back of Hanover. You know, and on a clear day, when it's clear, you can actually see South Mountain from here. So there's very little wind obstruction for the northwest wind coming in here. So we get good wind here. In fact, it's just starting to pick up a little breeze here now. You can feel.
Yeah.
So.
Are you planning on expanding this, like making it even more?
If the economics work out in the next year or two, there might be some more go up. I mean, there's nothing for sure yet, but a lot of planning has to go into this. We were planning for this for over a year just to put them up. And it's a lot of, you know, you got to go get permits. I mean, it's nothing easy, you know. You got to go through the inspections, the permits, and all that sort of thing to do anything.
So over all of that, how long exactly does it take to finally put just one up? Like with all the permits and all the regulations you have to pass?
If everything goes good, you might as well say a year.
A year.
Yeah. I did mine at the store in a little less than a year, but 3 years ago, I was the first one in the area to put one up. And they didn't have a lot of restrictions on them yet. Now the townships are writing restrictions where you can and can't have them, and how many you can have, and all that sort of thing.
The one at that store, doesn't that kind of scare you because it's so close to the store that it could just like fly off one day if it could and just hit the store?
It's not going anywhere.
Because the one at the store isn't fenced in like these.
It's going to be a fence. You see the fence laying around?
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks, there will be fenced the whole way around around the solar panels and all. They're going to be everything's going to be fenced in.
Is that part of the regulations now that you have to have them fenced in?
Yeah.
Now these are different from the ones over there. Is there a difference between them two or anything?
The only difference is these are bigger.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the only difference. Yeah.
And what would happen if one of these things then like something happened to it? How would it get work on it?
Well, you just get a crane in and lift that whole thing right off the top. That's how you put them up there. You just had a crane set here, and you just go up there, and there's a hook in the top of them, and you just unbolt it, set them right down on the ground, and work on them.
So now, man labor, was it a long time for the windmills itself to be put in?
When they hauled them in here in the tractor trailers in pieces, you see how they're all bolted together in sections. In 1 week's time, they were up and running.
Oh, so that's not that long.
Yeah. They did real good.
Did you have to have any pre-labor done, as in the lines be ran before? Or
no, we did it all at the same time.
All at the same time?
Yeah, it was all done at the same time.
How long did it take for all this to be put up?
About a week.
About a week?
Yeah. Yeah. I said, you know, all the paperwork and everything took a lot longer than actual doing it.
Now, the people giving the regulations, do they ever come by and check?
Yes.
They have. How regularly do
Well,
they check?
I mean, now that it's built, no, they won't be back
okay.
anymore. They're here. You got to have inspection when you dig the holes that it meets the qualifications, when you pour the concrete, the rebar, the electrical part of it, the fence part, it's all, but once it's completed, then they're done.
Then they're done.
And you must have a fence, right?
Yeah.
So what about the one down there?
It's a fence going up.
So it's going up.
Yeah. We had a temporary fence up that the wind a couple weeks ago knocked down, but it's all in the plans to put a fence around it.
So now the one at the store, is that all running on the wind energy and the solar panels?
They're all hooked together, and it basically takes care of all my energy needs there.
So you really don't use any other energy?
Only on a day like this, when there's no wind.
Oh, do they store any energy?
Well, it's hooked into the grid, and it goes to a meter that registers how much we're producing, and if we're producing more than we're using, it feeds it back into the grid, and then it registers that. And at the end of the year, we get a credit for that. You know, but then next month, we might use more from the power company than we produce, then we use some of that credit back. And that's how. But at the end of the year, if there's any left, they'll pay us for that. But they only give you a fraction of what they charge you for electric. So it really don't pay to, at this time yet, to make more than what you're using.
Yeah.
Now they say that's going to change. They're going to have to sometime maybe pay what they charge, but you know, less the paperwork handling and all that. But right now, if they're charging, say 7 cents, they give you 2. So you just want to, like over there, I just want to produce enough to cover all my needs. You know.
Yeah.
And here, like I said, we're only covering maybe 10%.
Have you ever thought of it as a business?
No.
No.
It's,
so you just
yeah.
just to fit your own needs, and that's it.
Now, if you'd have been following any of the news in the last year, you'd have seen where the Gettysburg complexes are in a partnership with a company called Energy Works, and they're building an incinerator up there that's going to burn chicken manure and turn it back into energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you were you associated at all with that, or do you have anything to do with it?
We will have the option here to send our dried manure up there, but in this area, there's such a demand for as fertilizer that I probably won't have to do that because we can't keep it here because it's very good fertilizer and it's dried and it's. Most people think it's loaded dirt going down the road now, and it's actually dried chicken manure, which is spread on the fields for fertilizer.
So
Now this line that you said was going down, is that only to your factory or does it connect anywhere to like the barn down
It
there?
goes right down here and hooks right in the grid at the end of the driveway. It's hooked right into the car line.
Yeah.
Feeds us first, but if we don't need it at that time, it goes back into the grid to finish for everybody.
Oh, that's
Yeah, which is pretty nice.
I'm guessing it saves a lot of money too.
Well, we hope so. Yeah.
do you think that this was worth your money?
I think it is. Yeah, it's a big investment, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we like to be a progressive company, so.
So, in your opinion, do you think more companies are going to start doing more green stuff?
Yeah, I think you're going to see more all the time.
Have you ever thought about doing the solar panels here? Or
We
does the
have.
wind-
We've looked at that, and that's a possibility in the future. But I guess we're going to see how they work over on my place first. You know?
Are those just brand new there?
Yeah, they were just erected in March.
So, as of now, do you really think, which one would you prefer, the wind or the solar panel?
I like the wind.
You like
I think they look nice.
They do.
I think they look pretty nifty. I'm kind of, you drive down the road, you see a solar panel, you go, oh, like that. But when you drive down the road, you see one of them, you actually turn and look.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a fascinating feature yet. I mean, and you can see them from when you're up on the other hills around. They stick out pretty nice. And we've had, none of my neighbors had any complaints about it. They all think they look pretty nifty. Some of the people live over in that road over there. I run into them. They actually say when they get up in the morning, they look over to see which way the wind's blowing.
Oh, that's
So they know how bad, how windy it is and everything else. So a lot of compliments on it and no negative remarks from anybody. So,
Is there any negatives to it, like actual negatives, like
I don't
you
think so.
noticed?
no, I haven't had any trouble at all. Now, I'd say you'd have to, when you do this, you want to really make sure you get a reputable firm that's going to stand behind them. It's not a fly-by-night operation that comes in and takes off and lets you hold in the bag,
Yeah.
I did a lot of research on that.
So, who actually built them?
The company that built these is out of Canada, but the people that erected them are out of Hampstead, Maryland, called Earth and Air Technologies.
So who did you get a hold of to like actually start your the process of installing them? Like
Well, I talked to several different people that we found on the internet and stuff in the area that did this, and I talked to them. And when I met this guy, he was about the sharpest one that I talked to, and he knew what he was talking about when he said it, and he had a lot of. He's an electrical engineer. He had a lot of experience in the Navy and all that stuff, working on electrical problems, and he does a lot of work in the Baltimore area with companies. And he's been first rate for me, really has. So, he's got some other prospects because of this. They worked out so well here.
I think that's gonna be it for today. I think that's all we have. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Billy.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah.
So much for